Hello, race fans, and welcome back to the More Freedom Series. Today we have traveled to the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the Charlotte 120. This is going to be race number 25 in the More Freedom Series Season 6. And again, the points race is heating up, so let's go through that top 10. Your points leader is the 51 of AJM. Second will be the 122 of Adam Victor. Third will be the 61 of Chevy. Fourth will be the 11 of TC Roberts. Fifth will be the 88 of NM. Sixth will be the 799 of Mike Check. Seventh will be the 67 of the Mini Checks. Eighth will be the 96 of Nico. Ninth will be the 13 of King of the Aces. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Checking in on those team and chassis standings. Aces to Z Motorsports still leads the way. MBR in second, TPRG third, the Drop Bear Racing Team in fourth, and Amish Buggy Racing rounding out the top five. Chassis standings are Dodge, Toyota, and Chevy, an insurmountable lead there for Dodge here in the chassis standings this season. So that is a look at all things points here for the Charlotte 120. They're getting these cars fired up and dialed in, and I think it's about time. So let's go racing. As they get these cars out on the track, let's go through your starting top 10 today for the Charlotte 120. Starting on the pole will be the 25 of JTM, and on his outside, the 28 of E-Doggy. Starting third will be the 471 of Kung Fu Beer, and on his outside, the 96 of Nico. Starting fifth will be the 122 of Adam Victor, and on his outside, the 33 of Harvey Jones. Starting seventh will be the 34 of Super Snake, and on his outside, the 799 of Mike Check. Starting ninth will be the 42 of Mel Say What. And on her outside, the 660 of Garrett Miller. So that's a look at your starting top 10 today for the Charlotte 120. Throwing myself off right there. This is going to be JTM's second pole of the season. And for his career, his 16th pole of his career. So MBR get another pole here this race. We are going to see how they do as we are going to get ready for the starter's decision as the beautiful orange and black Dodge Challenger pace car about to duck in here. So the pace car is in. We're waiting on that starter's decision. And the crowd is on their feet. They're going wild. The green flag is out. We are underway here at Charlotte. A great jump by the 471 of Kung Fu Beer to the state of the back bumper of the 25 of JTM. JTM is trying to get a little bit of distance here between himself and the rest of the field. So KFB is absolutely hammered down here today at Charlotte. JTM is going to lead lap number one. Let's bring up that timing and scoring. As always, top 10 will be on your left. Favorite driver scrolling across the top as KFB is absolutely hammered down right now as he is trying to lead the race, and JTM is fighting hard on the outside right now. He might have some help by the 122. 122 stays to the low line. So battle for the lead between the 25 of JTM and the 471 of Kung Fu Beer. 122 stays to the high side right here. He's going to have, he's going to try to help that 25 of JTM. He's got his teammate 42 of Mel Say What right there. Mel is going to work to the low line with a 34 to Super Snake. Everybody is battling right now at Charlotte as I thought Super Snake was about to make it three wide for the first position as Adam Victor is really working on the outside as KFB is going to lead that lap here. So Adam trying to help the 25 of JTM on the high side. The 42 of Mel Say What does not go with her teammate. She stays to the low line. JTM's going to have a couple MBR cars up there at the top with the 88 of NM and the 96 of Nico now. KFB now out to the lead of this race. 34 Super Snake looking very racy early going. He moves up from the 7th starting position up to number 2. JTM's going to work down to the low line, I do believe here. So JTM now down to the bottom of the track. He's going to try to get a run on that 34 of Super Snake. As we see right there, a jump down to the inside. Super Snake slams the door on JTM here. What a great battle up here at the front of the field. Early going at the Charlotte 120. Again, that 471 of Kung Fu Beer is your leader here. It is a 5-car breakaway up at the front of the field right now. The 25 of JTM is knocking on the back door of the 34 of Super Snake. JTM follows Super Snake down to the bottom of the track. This is a race for the lead now between the 34 of Super Snake and the 471 of Kung Fu Beer. JTM with a full head of steam. He works to the high side. We're going to see if Adam jumps down to the inside. So JTM mistakenly works to the high side there. Adam Victor down to the low line. That might put JTM back to the 5th position here. Battle for the lead still between the 34 of Super Snake and the 471 of Kung Fu Beer, as KFB losing some ground on the outside as JTM works to his back bumper. KFB is going to stay. He's going to lose the lead to the 34. JTM now, he stays in the 3rd position. The 88 of NM works to the inside of the 42 of Mel Say What now. NM cannot make that pass. Here comes the 28 of E-Doggy. We're going to see if he works down to the low line to try to help that 88 of NM here. NM with a half a car onto the inside of the 42 as he works down to the inside. Here comes the 28. So NM not going to be able to make that pass as he did not have the draft help required to get around the 42 of Mel Say What. JTM into the 3rd position still. The 122 of Adam Victor into 4th. As we have another battle for the lead up here. The 471 of Kung Fu Beer works down to the low line. JTM works down there. So does the 122 of Adam Victor. Hammered down on the outside by the 34 of Super Snake. We're going to see if JTM, he's going to get too much of a draft right here on that 34. He's going to have to stay to the high line here. As Adam Victor is trying to work around him, JTM had to get off the gas he saw right there coming out of turn number 2. So Adam trying to work into the 3rd position around the 25 of JTM. Super Snake still leads the way here at Charlotte. So Adam might get some help by his teammate. JTM's going to possibly work down to the bottom of the track here. A great run through 1 and 2 by that 25 of JTM. That allows the 42 to catch up here, so he's going to work to the outside and work around the 122 of Adam Victor. 42 of Mel Say What stays to the high line. She's going to work around the outside of the 122 as well. Here comes the 88 of NM. He's going to try to get some draft on the 42 and try to push her around the outside. He kind of stays in the middle here. He works to the high line. As we can tell, normally the high line is a little bit faster here as Adam Victor jumps to the high line in front of his teammate, the 42 of Mel Say What. NM's going to get a little bit of draft here by the 122. 28 of E-Doggy working down to the low line as well on the 42 of Mel Say What. Here comes a big run by the 96 of Nico here to the bottom of the track. There's going to be 3 Dodges pushing at the bottom of the track around that 42 of Mel Say What, as the 72 of Duchess and the 13 of King of the Aces into the picture, as well as the 47 of Dash. So all 3 DM Motorworks cars working to the front of this field, as it is a battle right now for the 5th position. Mel's going to retake that spot. We'll jump back up here to the front of the field, still led by the 34 of Super Snake. They have got a little bit of a lead right now over the 25 and the 122. So now we have a battle between the 96 of Nico, the 28 of E-Doggy. E-Doggy's got a great run on that high line as Coda and Dash almost get into a kerfuffle right there. I don't know what that is, but they almost collided on the track. The 96 falls back a little bit. 47 to Dash taking advantage. He's going to work with the help of the 8 of Moon Bunny around the 13 at King of the Aces. So Nick now into that spot all by himself. The 47 to Dash getting helped by the 8 of Moon Bunny right now. Just watching your timing and scoring. About 0.7 of a second separate JTM from the front two right now. So Dash has worked himself up from the 19th position. He's now up to the 10th position here. So great run so far by the 47 to Dash. Your leader still that 34 to Super Snake for Amish Buggy Racing. He's led 9 laps here today. We are going to be looking at pit stops happening anytime now. Fastest lap of the day right now by the 122 of Adam Victor at 194.910 miles per hour. So coming across the line, we're going to complete lap number 19. Say that'd be 11, 16, 17, 18 maybe. I don't know. A number of laps they've completed. 18 laps. Yes, we're working lap number 19 right now. So with a 80 lap race, you're kind of, Super Snake's looking in the catbird seat right now. He's got an extra lap. He's going to run 20 here, which means he's going to have that little bit extra right there at the end of this race, and possibly 3 stops for him. Maybe not 4. Hopefully he's open for 3. Duchess, it looks like she stayed out. Several drivers have stayed out. So it sounds like he is off the gas into the pits for his first pit stop. It's going to be the 34 Super Snake right now. Pretty much, I would say, except for the 00 of Mudbone, everybody else, Mudbone and the 67 of the Mini Checks, are going to stay out. Mudbone will take over the lead of this race. 34 Super Snake in as your leader. He's led 12 laps here today. Into his pit stall. We'll see what he can do. JTM is down and away. Extended stop for the 25 here. Right side tires going on. The 34 to Super Snake. 4-tire stop for the Magnum Research Dodge for Amish Buggy Racing. He's gonna have to contend with that 33 of Harvey Jones trying to get out of his pits. Able to do it. He's down. He's away. So Mudbone took over the lead of the race right there, and he started today's race back in 24th. So Mudbone trying to play the odds here. Maybe he can pull off a dub with extending his fuel mileage. So Super Snake out onto the track. He is most likely going to be your leader as the 00 Mudbone is coming down here. So that is going to be your leader, the 34 is Super Snake. 95 is Zed Brunham. May have had a terrible pit stop and fallen all the way to the back of the pack here. And honestly, JTM had a horrendous pit stop. He's going to fall way back to 25th. So not sure what happened right there with the 25 at JTM. But let's go through your current top 10. Your leader is the 34 Super Snake. Second's going to be the 471 of Kung Fu Beer. Third will be the 42 of Mel Say What. Fourth will be the 88 of NM. Fifth will be the 122 of Adam Victor. Sixth will be the 72 of Duchess. Seventh will be the 12 of Zan. Eighth will be the 13 of King of the Aces. Ninth will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. And rounding out your top 10 right now will be the 47 of Dash. Points leader, the 51 of AJM, has fallen all the way back to 34th, so not a great day in the pits for MBR here. Their top driver, the 25, falling all the way back to 24th. AJM back to 34th now. Nico outside the top 10 as well, as we see Moon Bunny catching up to the 13 and the 8. We're going to catch up to the front of this field as the 34 Super Snake still leads away here today at Charlotte. KFB knocking on the back door right now. He is going to try to make the pass here on the front stretch. That's going to probably allow the 88, the 42, and the 122 to catch up here. So DM Motorworks actually looking pretty strong here at Charlotte. All three drivers currently in the top 10 right now. Mel, with the help of her teammate, now working down to the inside of the 471 of Kung Fu Beer. She has a great run down the backstretch. She's going to probably be able to make that pass. NM just not able to get that draft up to the 471 here. So Mel going to be able to make the pass on the 471. NM's going to drop back a spot to the 122, and KFB may lose 2 or 3 spots here. As Adam Victor is trying to work around him, NM stays to the high line right now. I would venture to say that you're going to see him drop to the low line here through the front stretch. I want to call that a tri-oval. I don't know what they call it, but it's definitely not a tri-oval. As they are working, again, you can see the draft right there between the 88 and the 471, and that really NM just pushed KFB around the outside of the 122 of Adam Victor right there. That's going to allow Duchess to sneak into the picture here and possibly get the draft on the 88 of NM. Maybe we'll try to work to the front of this field as well. So NM's got a choice again here. Can he go to the outside with the 471, or can he work to the bottom with the 122? Himself and Duchess going to work to the inside of the 122 of Adam Victor here. I'm not sure if NM just does not have the car here today or what. He had the draft, just could not get around the 122 here. So it might be that the Kraken Dodge just does not have the oomph under the hood. Here at Charlotte, he can hang with them, but he can't get around them. So possibly missing on the setup, that 88 of NM, as Super Snake still leads away here today. So Adam Victor in the proverbial catbird seat. Probably, if the race ended right now, he takes over the points lead here today from the 51 of AJM, who is, again, falling way back to the back of the pack. Started today's race in the 12th position. Apparently just could not get it going. And he is all the way back here in the back of the pack running by himself. We'll check in on his car, and not seeing any damage, but definitely not running with everybody else. We'll check in on that 25 at JTM. He's falling, like, again, himself and the 67, the mini checks, fell way to the back of the pack here. So not sure what happened with the 25 at JTM and the 67 of the mini checks, but they fell way to the back of the pack. And they're going to have to contend back here with the likes of Known Wrecker, the 23 of Fuller Than You. Last week's win of the 544, Frederick Winklebaum running back here as well. So Duchess trying to get around that 88 of NM. We'll see if she can do that, as it's kind of spread out right now. As we're closing in, no, we're not quite closing in. We're only about 14 laps through this fuel run of about 20 laps right now. So Super Snake leads away over the 42 of Mel Say What. She is trying to get her first win of her career, I do believe. Yeah, she is trying to get her first win of her career. She has 10 DNFs for her career, though, after 2 seasons. So that's interesting. So Super Snake just is definitely hammered down. He has got a great car for Amish Buggy Racing here today. Has led 24 laps at Charlotte. We'll see what the next round of pit stops bring. Fastest lap of the day now by the 29, a Wishbone Attack at 195.971. I'm not sure if I said that he was the same one. I think it was somebody else earlier. But he has your fastest lap of the day, as NM was trying to get around the 471 here. Again, he just not enough under the hood right now for the 88 of NM. Maybe in this next round of pit stops, they can do a little bit of maybe throw some tape on the front, do some adjustments, as he is struggling in the draft right now. Again, next round of pit stops, we got 2 to go before the end of this race, and at least 2 to go before the end of this race. So basically anything can happen here today at Charlotte, as Moon Bunny is going to help the 72 of Duchess here. And you know what? NM just showing some strength right there on the outside. Moon Bunny working down to the inside here. So 2 of the 4 Chevy drivers right now battling for position. The 72, the 8. Only driver for Douche Motorsports this season, the 72 of Duchess. G3 Motorsports with the other 3 Chevys, G3 herself, the 8 of Moon Bunny, and the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Ice Cream recently moved into the top 10 in points. She currently runs on the track in 16th position here today. So status quo at the front of the field with the 34 of Super Snake leading the way. We're checking on some other notables. 61 of Chevy running back in 22nd right now. JTM falling back to 26th. It's pretty much just single file running right now here at Charlotte. Kind of preparing for those all-important next round of pit stops, as the 29 of Wishbone Attack is hammered down right now, making a run towards the front of the field, currently running in the 29th position. He does have the fastest lap of the day. Started today's race back in 31st, so he is up to 11th, and maybe whatever setup they missed on the 88, they put on the 29 here today for MBR. Hopefully that 25 at JTM, maybe we see a caution, maybe they work on that car. We don't know yet, but pit stops happening here. We're going to catch up to your leader, the 34 of Super Snake. There is a 3 of Geek Girl game. So Super Snake is into the pits. This is going to be lap number 41 halfway here today. Your leader at halfway will not be the 34 of Super Snake. That's going to go to somebody else, which will be the 11 of TC Roberts. So TC leads at halfway here today. He takes over the lead. JTM is down on away. 4-tire stop for your leader. Well, your previous leader, the 34 of Super Snake. Left side tires going on. Fuel going in. He's down. He is away. He's going to barely beat out the 42 of Mel Say What. Kind of cuts her off right there. She has to get onto the brakes to not rear end him. So Mudbone takes back over the lead of this race. As Super Snake out of the pits. We're just kind of following along with Super Snake right now, see what he's got. What he's got to do here, 33 is last car on the lead lap right now. Mudbone still being shown as your leader. He is out of his pits. He's down and away. Mini checks are in. They're down and away. So there goes the rest of the drivers. So the 34 Super Snake takes back over the lead here today at Charlotte. That's going to definitely put Mudbone in the category of one more pit stop here today on lap 60-something or other. 60-something or other. So with 40 to go, Super Snake pitted, so he got 20 laps out of this last run. There's just, I mean, I'm saying it out loud that there's that potential that he runs it out of gas before the end of the race. But there's also the potential that they still had 2 laps of fuel in the car and just came in. You know, you got one more pit stop, might as well, but, you know, he also misses out on that halfway bonus, 5 bonus points, which may or may not, you know, if you're racing for the win, it may not be a big deal right now to get that 5 bonus points if you can get the win here today. Looking for him in the points standings, and he currently runs 19th in the points, so if he can win it here today, it'll be a great day for him here in the points. So he is your leader. Second's going to be potentially the new points leader, the 122 of Adam Victor. Third will be the 42 of Mel Say What. Fourth will be the 88 of NM. Fifth will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. Sixth will be the 72 of Duchess. Seventh will be the 356 of Ice Cream Some Days. Eighth will be the 13 of King of the Aces. Ninth will be the 799 of Mike Check. And run out top 10 will be the 11 of TC Roberts. Thought I saw damage on the left-hand side of the 28 of E-Doggy. I did not. We see left side damage on the 96 of Nico right there. So Nick actually has damage all around, as we are going to get a major caution as NM has unfortunately wrecked here today. And a bunch of the leaders have wrecked here today. So that's amazing. That's awesome. Super awesome that happened for all of those. Already showing the 12 of Zan out of the race. 122 of Adam Victor coming into the pits. 34 Super Snake stays out. He's led 34 laps here today. He's thinking, hey, I got one more pit stop. Might as well stay out. So let's see what brought out that caution flag. Well, this caution is going to be brought out. It's going to be a wild deal here. I believe the 3 of Geek Girl Games blows up or loses a tire here, something, but this is going to cause this caution. Watch this happen. From the roof cam on the 13 at King of the Aces. From the roof cam on the 799 of Mike Check. From the roof cam on the 471 of Kung Fu Beer. Well, folks, that was insane amounts of carnage happening here today at Charlotte. The 3 of Geek Girl Games, I don't think she lost her engine. I think she blew a tire on the front stretch, and there was nothing she could do. So that resulted in a giant pileup that ended up taking out the 44 of Lil Vato, the 12 of Zan, the 29 of Wishbone Attack, the 300 of Resemble, the 33 of Harvey Jones, the 471 of Kung Fu Beer, the 47 of Dash, and the 88 of NM, all going out of this race as a result of that caution. Super Snake still leads the way here today, as he is pushing towards trying to get a W here. We're going to see if that happens. He is leading us back to the green flag. The 42 of Mel Say What on the outside. Several cars damaged here. We'll try to get... Super Snake tries to get the hammer down. Doesn't able to get it. He's got those old tires on. Mel's going to take over the lead of this race here today. We still have one pit stop to go for everybody. It looks like Mel Say What did not pit either. So several drivers pitted. The 42 didn't. So let's go through your current top 10. Your lead of the 42 of Mel Say What. Second will be the 34 of Super Snake. Third will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. Fourth will be the 122 of Adam Victor. Fifth will be the 666 of Pistol Pete. Sixth will be the 28 of E-Doggy. Seventh will be Known Wrecker, the 23 of Fuller Than You. Eighth will be the 777 of Seabass. Ninth will be the 67 of the Mini Checks. And rounding out your top 10 will be the 50 of Canny May. JTM moving up towards the front of the field after all of that. So Mel, not sure if that was her, if this is her first laps led. I mean, I know it's not. She's led earlier this season, and checking in on that somewhere in the point standings will tell me that sort of information. She's led 66 laps here this season. So there you go. So she is your leader, the 122 of Adam Victor, her teammate now into the second position. Adam is going for, I believe, win number 3. Or, I'm sorry, win number 2 of the season. Mel's going for win number 1. The 666 of Pistol Pete up here now, as well as the 23 of Fuller Than You. So Adam working down to the inside. He's trying to take over the lead from his teammate, the 42 of Mel Say What. Could be some team orders happening right now between the 122 and the 42. As they're saying, hey, if we can get the 122 a W here, that could really increase his chances of winning the championship for DM Motorworks. You got a 47 of Dashes out. He could be on the headphone saying, hey, let's get the potential points leader, the W. He's probably going to have to put up with the 34 of Super Snake, the 23 of Fuller Than You. 777 of Seabass, car owner for Amish Buggy Racing, now into the top 10 as well. Jumping back here through the field, Zed has moved himself up to, let's see, Mudbone, Jetman, and Nico and Geek Girl Games all 1 or more laps down right now. AJM up to the 17th position. JTM finally back up to 18th after all of the carnage as the 96 of Nico into the pits. We're going to check in on him real fast. So it looks like he's got some more hood damage on the 96. He is bringing it down pit road. We will see what they say. He could be done for the day here today at Charlotte. Just a rough day apparently for the 96 of Nico. They are beating and banging on that car. He is down and away. So not sure what's going on with the 96. He's back into the pits. That's going to be an additional pit stop. Six pit stops so far for the 96. They are trying to get that car fixed and back out on the track. Get any points that they can get here. So Adam Victor leads away. Super Snake into the second position. Both of these. So Adam has 3 pit stops on the day. So he came into the pits. I'm guessing it was a splash and a go because there's no way that he could have got into the pits, done anything but a splash and go, and then gotten back out in front of some of these other drivers. You know, like I'm looking through the list, and I mean yeah, he had a splash and go on that. So he would have had to splash and go, get out of the pits. I was thinking Coda, but Coda was involved in that accident as well. I mean, the 660 took 3 stops. So, I mean, maybe not very many people stopped here today, but Adam Victor came into the pits and not sure he was able to get in and out and back up to the front of the field. So good for him. Good for him as we will jump back through this field as a 120 or the 23 of Fuller Than You. He's got a battle right now with the 50 of Canny May as his 777 of Seabass into the pits. So Seabass is into the pits for the 3rd time as they're working lap number 60. So this is probably scheduled pit stops here today for all of these drivers as we saw the 777 of Seabass in. Nico is coming back into the pits. So we are working here. So there is the 34 of Super Snake. He is in. Duchess has a little bit of damage on the back end of her car. I'm sure the mini checks also have damage, but Adam Victor's still your leader right now. This actually could be a crazy way to finish this race. Again, I'm not sure. Adam restarted up at the front of the field. So how he got into the pits, was able to get a splash and go, and then get out of the pits is actually a pretty good feat here, as he is starting to put some of the front runners a lap down as a result. Last car on the lead lap, I believe. No, you know what? Honestly, the 51 of AJM about to go 2 laps down to your leader, the 122 of Adam Victor. So we have multiple drivers right now as a result of him coming in and getting whatever he got, getting put a lap down. They're going to pull away. They should have fresher tires here, and they should be able to pull away from the 122. But we're keeping an eye on everything as Adam Victor is ducking into the pits for potentially the final time here today at Charlotte. We'll follow along with him as the 13th King of the Aces is in as well. Coda was on the lead lap, I think? Question mark. Duchess takes over the lead. Ice Cream into second. Mike Check into third. Coda was on the lead lap here. So Adam Victor in for the final time here today at Charlotte. We're going to see where this puts him out on the track. He had a pretty good lead coming in, a couple seconds, I think. So he is down. He is away. Fuel and tires for the 122 of Adam Victor. Nobody to contend with on pit road, which is honestly a great strategy, as there is the 777 of Seabass and the 34 of Super Snake coming out. So I believe Seabass probably going to be leading the way here. And technically, they're all lapped down still. Duchess is your leader. Mike Check actually took over the lead. We've got so many working pieces right now to all of this, as we aren't sure who the leader is and who isn't. Mike Check took over the lead of the race with the damage and all. So honestly, right now, they're hoping for some sort of caution flag. Not entirely sure. We're gonna figure things out. You and I together are gonna figure out who is leading this race. Mike Check's still being shown as the leader right now. I'm guessing he's not going to be. I'm guessing it's the 777 of Seabass right now. If I had to wager money, I would wager it on the 777, but we don't know yet. We just don't know. So we're going to find out together who the leader of the race is. But Seabass with a great pit stop. I can confirm your leader on the track now, the 777 of Seabass for Amish Buggy Racing. His teammate, the 34 of Super Snake, now into second. Third will be Known Wrecker, the 23 of Fuller Than You. Fourth will be the 122 of Adam Victor. Fifth will be the 666 of Pistol Pete. Sixth will be the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. Seventh will be the 42 of Mel Say What. Eighth will be the 50 of Candy May. Ninth will be the 67 of Mini Checks. Running at top 10 will be the 8 of Moon Bunny. So Adam Victor falls back to the 4th position. Seabass takes over the lead with 10 to go here. Fastest lap of the day by the 11 of TC Roberts at 196.199 miles per hour. Again, don't know what that is in kilometers. The 96 of Nico is basically just making laps right now, trying to stay out of everybody's way, coming in and just making laps here. Which is good because, you know, if somebody goes out, and really he's potentially with 7 to go, he could retire in case, but he's trying to make laps as the 34 Super Snake battling with his teammate and car owner, the 777 of Seabass, for the lead of this race. Seabass is going to have a precarious situation here with the 96 coming out of the pits. Nick stays down to the bottom of the track. They're just dealing with extreme damage on that 96 of Nico. Adam Victor into the 3rd position. Pistol Pete trying to work around the 23 of Fuller Than You. We do see the 50 of Candy May into the top 10. She started today's race, in the 14th position. And I mean, you got to say it. The 23 of Fuller Than You started today back in 35th. 666 of Pistol Pete started 34th here today. So awesome run by those two drivers. Again, it is honestly kind of amazing that the 122 of Adam Victor was able to pull off what he did there, staying out. And I'm guessing a splash and go is what I'm guessing. So 6 laps to go. Leader is the 777 of Seabass. Checking your notables again. The 51 of AJM is up to 18th position. Chevy has fallen back to 22nd now. But if it ended right now, 122 of Adam Victor should take over the points lead here today. Checking in on TC, he currently runs back in 24th, so my guess would be that Adam Victor takes over the points lead, AJM back to 2nd, NM is out of the race. Mike Check is not a lap down, he's still in the race, so the mini checks I think are still in this. So there could be some shakeup here in the points, but we will find out at the end of this race as we are closing in on that with 4 laps to go. As we're watching Amish Buggy Racing lead the way here today at Charlotte. They came into today 5th in the team points as Super Snake is trying to play the odds here of catching up to this 3 of Geek Girl Games potentially. What that's allowing is, you guessed it, the 122 of Adam Victor, who's got 4 or 5 laps better tires than the 34 and the 777 to catch up. I mean, that was a heck of a run by the 122 of Adam Victor. Super Snake's gonna force him back behind him right here. So he might have to play blocker for his teammate, the 777 of Seabass. But I think those fresher tires, I mean, it's only 4 or 5 laps, but those fresher tires are really showing right now for the 122 of Adam Victor here at the end of the race. As this could be a crazy ending here, folks. We are coming down. We're going to get the white flag. We're going to get 1 to go. Your leader is the 777 of Seabass. On the move right now is the 122 of Adam Victor. He is going to try to steal the race from the 777 of Seabass here on the final lap. They're coming down the backstretch for the final time. 122 of Adam Victor. He has not quite got that draft. He is going to get it through the turn. He's going to try to steal it here on the front stretch down to the final time. Your winner here today, the 777 of Seabass. Goodness, what a final run by the 122 of Adam Victor right there. Almost stealing it from the 777 of Seabass. 1 more lap, and he would have had it here, folks. Let's go through your finishing top 10. Your winner is 777 of Seabass. Second's going to be the 122 of Adam Victor. Third will be Known Wrecker, the 23 of Fuller Than You. Fourth will be the 34 of Super Snake. Fifth will be the 666 of Pistol Pete. Sixth will be the 50 of Candy May. Seventh will be the 67 of the Mini Checks. Eighth will be the 42 of Mel Say What. Ninth will be the 544 of Frederick Winklebaum. And running out your top 10 will be the 72 of Duchess. So awesome job today by the 777 of Seabass. Actually started today back in 28, so awesome run here for him. And next week we head to Kentucky for the Kentucky 80. And as a note, Monday will be the IROC Series race at Kentucky as well, so make sure you tune in for that. Well, let's check in on those all-important point standings. As like I said, I think Adam Victor is going to leapfrog here. He's going to be your points leader. Just a matter of where everybody else falls in the standings as a result. So you're seeing your points here. Also check in on those team and chassis standings. Another good day for Aces to Zed. Amish Buggy with a good day as well. So you're seeing points for team and chassis here. Again, awesome job today by the 777 of Seabass. Great last pit stop here today. Able to keep the lead. Again, one more lap, and Adam Victor had that, and he would have definitely passed Seabass for the lead of this race and won the race. But hey, one lap short, and that's all Seabass needed here to win it. Super Snake held him up just enough to allow Seabass to get the win. So congratulations to the 777 of Seabass. He is your winner. And until next week at Kentucky, take care.